A woman who declared herself atheist for years desperately reached out to me, asking for complete anonymity. She was afraid her own family would find out. The reason? Her 7-year-old son woke up describing impossible details about the rapture, and a specific date that has made her question everything she believed. What you're about to hear could shake your deepest convictions. Can you imagine what it takes for a convinced atheist to abandon decades of skepticism in a single morning? Will September really mark the end of everything as we know it? The answer lies in the testimony she sent me, and it could change your life forever. Welcome to Rapture Whispers, the channel where ordinary people share extraordinary experiences without revealing their identity. Today, we bring you a testimony that reached us in a desperate way. The woman who wrote to us, let's call her Aline, insisted on maintaining complete anonymity. She comes from a completely atheist family, militant against any religious manifestation. For 35 years, she herself mocked Christians and their superstitions. But on an August morning, her 7-year-old son Gabriel changed everything. Aline wrote to us, "I'm ashamed of what I was, but I cannot stay silent about what God showed me through my son. The world needs to know, even if it means losing my family." If this testimony touches your heart, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, and share so more people can hear these anonymous voices of faith. And if you have a testimony to share safely, our email is in the description. Aline tells us that on that Tuesday morning, she was watering the flowers when Gabriel came running out of the house. His first words were, "Mom, I had a dream about the rapture." Aline confesses that her first impulse was to scold the boy. After all, where would a 7-year-old child get that word? But then Gabriel began describing details she had never taught him. He said it was nighttime when the clouds opened. The clouds revealed a bright light, brighter than the sun, according to his words. But pay attention, the father wasn't in the dream. Gabriel described how he, his brother Alex, and his mother began to float. Aline tells us she felt a chill when the boy said, "Mom was holding on to something as if she didn't want to go." She herself didn't understand why those words disturbed her so much. In heaven, Gabriel saw a sign reading "Throne of God" with an arrow pointing direction. Aline writes, "How does my 7-year-old son know the expression throne of God? We never read the Bible at home." Gabriel knelt before an immense light, God, according to him. But then Jesus appeared physically. The child's description was so precise that Aline decided to research. Jesus had dark brown hair, long to the neck, dark blue eyes, white garment with a cloak that allowed seeing his waist, white pants and sandals. But what impressed Aline most was the description of the mansion, 200 to 300 floors. She tells us, "I researched later and discovered that Jesus said in John 14:2, 'In my Father's house are many mansions.' How did Gabriel know this?" Aline thought that had been just a strange dream. But 3 days later, Gabriel had a second, even more disturbing dream. This time, Gabriel dreamed that his sister Hannah had been diagnosed with cancer and had only 1 month to live. In the dream, red and dark clouds covered the sky, and the whole family was instantly transported to a transparent room. Aline describes to us, "My son said we were in a heavenly waiting room, watching America being bombed with nuclear weapons. He said all countries united against the United States because we are the world's superpower." But it was the third account that completely broke Aline's skepticism. In another dream, Gabriel said that a specific date appeared, September 2025. Aline confesses to us, "When I heard about September, something inside me broke. It was no longer coincidence. It was God speaking through innocent children." Aline decided to study the Bible for the first time in her life. What she discovered both terrified and converted her. In Joel 2:28, she read about God pouring out his Spirit. And afterward I will pour out my spirit on all flesh. Your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, your old men shall dream dreams, and your young men shall see visions. In Matthew 24:36, Jesus said, "But concerning that day and hour no one knows, not even the angels of heaven nor the Son, but the Father only." Aline questions us, but what if God is revealing not the exact day, but the month? September has 30 days. It still preserves the mystery of the day and hour. Aline also discovered that September, in the Hebrew calendar, corresponds to the month of Tishrei, the month of the Lord's feasts, Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, and Sukkot. In her email, Aline wrote, "The puzzle pieces are fitting together, the children's dreams, the biblical dates, the signs in the sky we're seeing." God is shouting, but few are listening. Aline ends her email with a desperate plea for forgiveness and an urgent call. "I spent 35 years mocking you, Christians. Forgiveness. I spent decades blind, but God used my own 7-year-old son to save me. If he can convert a convinced atheist through children's dreams, imagine what he can do with you." It doesn't matter if you believe in the dreams or not. September is coming. If we're right, this could be your last month to accept Jesus. If we're wrong, you lost nothing by drawing closer to God. Share this message. Don't let your pride be greater than the possibility of salvation. I almost lost my eternity because of my intellectual pride. If this testimony touched your soul, you know what to do. Subscribe to Anonymous Voices of Faith, activate notifications, and share this video. Each share can save an eternal life. If you have a testimony to share anonymously, our email is in the description. Your story could be the next to transform lives, and if you, like Aline, have struggled against faith out of pride or fear, remember, God can use even a 7-year-old child to reach your heart. Don't let September pass without making your decision. Aline ended her email with these words, "If you see my family desperately looking for me in October, you'll know I couldn't convince them in time. But you can still choose. September is here already. The choice is yours. Until the next anonymous voice."